Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to a very moist little red ninja allotment. Today I'm going to show you part one of the plot tour for end of July, beginning of August. The second part will be the first week of August, mainly because I've got loads of videos to show you in the next couple of weeks, and I want to split the tour in two. So let's crack on with part one. It will be mainly about the polytunnel, the raised bed behind the polytunnel, my potatoes, and my fruit bushes, which are doing really well, and also probably my carrots, which you can see there at the top of the plot, well, middle of the plot. So let's crack on. Well, let's start with my fruit bushes. Here, as you can see, they're doing quite well, but last year I gave them a very big haircut, and I haven't produced much fruit. I've had one picking about a month ago, about a month, 6 weeks, but there is a reason for that, because I wanted to get rid of old growth, and all you can see there is all new shoots, and there'll be fruit, touch wood, next season, and quite a lot, especially from that one, which usually produces about 5 pounds of fruit, which is quite a lot. And that's blackcurrant, that is. I've got another 2 blackcurrant, which is slightly smaller, and a white currant at the very end underneath there, which protects them a little bit. But also my potatoes are ready to come out. The foliage has died back, so I've cut the foliage from that one, and that one. I've got foliage still left in there that's doing alright, but I will get them out of the pots all at the same time, and I'll do that in a separate video just to see what they're like, and hopefully I'll have some good ones. And the variety again is Charlotte, so I'm looking forward to that video to see what they're like, because I did one a few weeks back and they were good, but they weren't what I wanted, so hopefully these will be slightly bigger. So let's crack on with behind the polytunnel, namely the raised bed. At the bottom of the plot, where I had this massive mound, it's a bit of a dumping ground at the moment, but this will all get sorted out, and I'm just keeping the stinging nettles at bay. I've taken a cutting, well, I've cut down the stinging nettles so I can have for a feed later in the year. And first thing is my hop plant, and it is growing, because in one of my previous videos it was a very small plant, and it's probably tripled in size at least in under a month, which is really good. But my tomatoes, which I've had to give a little bit of a haircut again, as you can see, are absolutely fantastic. They've all every plant has got 4 trusses and they're all producing, all different sizes, all different shapes. These 2 here are a Tigerella, and as you can see, they're really good tomatoes. I'm quite impressed with these, and I think I might grow them next year because they're producing a lot of fruit. Next one is Ailsa Craig, and I actually found the label down there, which was good because I forgot what that was. That's Ailsa Craig as well. This one is a bit different, and I have forgotten the name of this, so if you know the name of this one, because it's all quite fat, especially that one, but doing really well. And everything else in here, like the peas, are starting to produce, which I put a row, and something has flattened that there. I think a wildlife has come in and just sat there, but they're all starting to produce peas. And I've also had radishes in here, a lot that I've picked, and I've done another sowing, so they're doing really well. And one, unfortunately, has gone to seed, but I don't mind that. I'll collect the seeds on that. Oh, actually, another one. But let's crack on. Let's get on with the tour. Down the side of the polytunnel, I've got one of these vertical pallets that I haven't used this year. I've just kept it there out of the way, but I will be using it. I will be cutting it in half because that one has worked an absolute treat. It really has. As you can see, the carrots are nearly ready. But down the side, I've got 2 pots of tomatoes. They're doing really well. They're loving that position there. And just in front of them, I've got some flowers. I thought I'd put some flowers in. A little bit of weeding to do, but that won't take long. Next to them, a recycled bin with Charlotte potatoes, and they will be ready because they have flowered. Some people say take the flowers off or leave the flowers on. I personally, every year, do a toss of a coin, and whichever if it's heads, I take the flowers off. If it's tails, I leave the flowers on. And this year I've left the flowers on, and they've just fallen off earlier on, so I will be giving them another few days, and then I will take them out to see what the potatoes are like. And the variety, I think I said, is Charlotte. But let's crack on with the polytunnel. I thought I'd get into the polytunnel and show you from the bottom first. And as you can see, I have a Diva cucumber. There's 2 plants in there that I've had to cut the foliage, because if you don't cut the foliage, that's all you'll get. You won't get any fruits. Now since then I've had some fruits form, which I will show, and they're really good. If I can show you, there's one in there, right there, and it's about 8 inches long, ready to be picked and enjoyed. But I have loads of fruit on that one, and look, there's even a bumblebee in there going around. There you go. That helps. Thank you, Mr. B. Thank you very much. On the other side, I have some herbs in some pots that I haven't put out. I've just left them in the pots and they seem to be doing alright. And that's a water bowl, by the way. Drinking water, not watering the plants. Here I have another Ailsa Craig tomato, doing really well. It's got some white blotches on them, but that's mainly from water coming from right there, just dripping down. But I don't mind that because the plant is healthy. It's the same with these peppers. Look at those, unbelievable. You know, foliage is really good, but it's also producing fruits. This one here had about 6 flowers on it the other day, and now they're just producing fruits. Really, really good. So hopefully I'll get a good crop of peppers, because I'm getting some right there. Look at that. And they're starting to really explode with life. So I'm quite happy with that, as well as all the other peppers in these 12-inch pots that I got, doing really well. The peppers that I've got in the actual raised beds, which I'll put a link in the description below, where I did all the this side in a new raised bed with new compost. I have quite a lot of tomato foliage, but I don't mind that because it kind of like keeps this polytunnel cool, especially in the daytime. It seems to soak up all the heat. And at the back there I've got 2 cucamelon hanging baskets, which are producing a lot of fruit, and I've just seen one which I might be able to get to. There you go, and that is probably the size of a 10p piece, so really good. And also I have a tomatillo plant, which are producing some really a lot of flowers and fruit, so quite happy with that. Ooh, nearly fell over, not good. I have a tub of carrots that have just germinated in the last week or so, doing alright. A table here, or bench, or shelving, whatever you want to call it, shelving. I have some plants ready to go in. In that tray there I have some purslane, which I really like. Down the bottom I have onions ready to go in, and a couple of dead plants in there, but that's my own fault. And on here, on this side, I have a very naked pepper plant, but the peppers that are formed on there have been really big, but they have been eaten. They seem to be recovering though, which is good. That there is a spring green plant. Just a little trial in here this year to see how they grow, and they're doing alright. So I think I might be doing those later in the year. November, December time. Another pepper plant. And I've also got some more lettuce, which is ready to pick. You know, it's done me quite well for the last couple of months. I'm quite impressed with this lettuce, but I have sowed quite a few more trays of lettuce ready to go in here, because I will be clearing this area, I think. Try and get the lettuce going in here. But this is the polytunnel at the moment. Unfortunately I have neglected it this year, but I've had other things to do, and the heat hasn't helped either. So let's crack on with just what's outside the polytunnel and see what you think. And just on the other side of the polytunnel door, as I showed those tomatoes, I've got some more tomatoes, but these are mainly supporting themselves because it is quite sheltered here and there are tomatoes forming, as you can see. But the piece de resistance is this, my French beans, and these are a climbing variety which are doing incredibly well. They were not too good about 2.5-3 weeks ago. They were very, very small, and the hot weather that we had, they just exploded into life, and as you can see, they're crawling up the bamboo. So hopefully I'll get a cracking crop from those, because I do like French beans, mind you. So does little Ninja. He likes them quite well, and also his other half likes them. So that's pretty good. He'll be happy, but he will be making an appearance later. Probably not in this video. Probably in a video I'll do on my part 2, or even a potato, or even my carrots. But let's go on and have a look at my raised bed that I did earlier in the year. But before I do that, I'd just like to show you what I do with all my spent compost when I've dug out all my potatoes. And as you can see, I've got 2 there, and they've got carrots in them. But you need to cover them because bugs do like to get the new shoots that come up. So I'm giving them a bit of protection, and hopefully I'll have some good carrots from there later in the year, probably around October time, and they are Autumn King in there, so fingers crossed they'll do all right. And here we go, my raised bed that I made earlier in the season. As you can see, it's been a bit of a hit and miss. That side, the carrots have just gone with it, which is good. So I've just left them to do their own thing. In the middle bit, I have some leeks, which is Musselburgh leek, which is a firm favourite with gardeners. Doing really well, and they are fattening up really fast. It helps when you do water them regularly though, because they can suffer when you're starting leeks. And these 3 rows, yeah, as you can see, that row that's right next to the leeks is doing alright, but the other 2 rows, a bit of a hit and miss. And I've sown these 2 rows here, that one and that one. I've done that 3 times, and the 3rd time lucky. So yeah, I don't mind. But the next thing I'm going to show you is my strawberries in my strawberry bed, and I've got late season strawberries coming. Look at that. I did have it in a video earlier in the year where I showed you it was early, mid-season and late season strawberries. So quite happy with that. Looking forward to some strawberries in August. I prefer strawberries in August because they taste better. Don't get me wrong, strawberries early in the season do taste nice, but they taste better in August. Especially with a nice cold drink. Alright, let's go on to these carrots in my vertical bed. And as you can see, they are really good. Let's have a look down this end. And as you can see, they're telling me they want to come out. So what I will do in a video in the next week or so is I will pull up 4 of them, these 4 here, to show you what they're like, if they're any good. I know it's deceiving, the foliage is quite big, but I want to see. I'm quite impatient when it comes to carrots, but we'll see that in another video, hopefully later on in the week, or probably first week of August. But this will be the end of the first plot tour of July, August, because I've got a lot to show you, So in the meantime, if you like the video, smash that subscribe button and the notification bell, and also the like button, because that helps the channel. And hope everyone is okay, and a welcome to all the new subscribers that have joined my channel. Hello, and you're very welcome, and hopefully you'll enjoy this journey that I've got on my plot. But in the meantime, take it steady, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be probably carrots.